All right. Tonight, talking about Virginia and the the control, the negative control. Where if you notice, especially since the lighting's all fucked up, isn't it? Hell. Well, I'm gonna go with it. Anyhow, um, since Trump was elected, I mean, I remember watching him when he was on The Apprentice. Well, to be honest, I didn't like, and I think I covered it in another video. I thought he was just a pompous ass when he was with The Apprentice, So everybody else was watching it, and I didn't watch it. Just, I don't know, it just didn't do nothing for me. But, you know, everybody's kissing his ass and everything. But as soon as he started running for president, and he made it clear that he wasn't gonna tote the line, he wasn't gonna be bought out, he was gonna do what was right for the country. The deep state didn't like that shit because they controlled all presidents and vice presidents since Kennedy. They had a little issue with Reagan because he kind of went off the reservation and he didn't want to be controlled, and he was more of a people's president. And once they shot him once, that one time, which that was a neighbor of Cheney's. I mean, all this stuff is just, it's almost, how stupid can we be, and after that, he just wasn't the same. So once they seen that they couldn't control Trump, they just went at him with everything, I mean, none of that shit ever come up before. And, I mean, how can we be so simple to be controlled like that? I mean, and I'm telling you, I mean, I was Ross Perot. I liked Ross Perot. I didn't like any of the candidates after that until Bernie. And I still think that Bernie was a good guy. I think that they got some shit on him or his wife. His wife got mixed up in some real estate deals or something. But, I mean, he was wanting to take down the Federal Reserve and everything. And like I've said before, those are key words, I mean, and Trump having Andrew Jackson. Anybody that knows the real history of things will know. I mean, that shit makes a difference. Anyhow, all right, so it's just been constant attacks. And so many people are seeing it, and I've seen it with I've seen people waking up. You call it waking up, or you could just call it like they're tired of this stupid negative shit all the time. They're tired of the media trying to tell them what to think, and you can't go look at, you can't go researching, and you're gonna be a conspiracy theorist. Fuck all that shit. We can dang look at whatever we want, we can freaking look at evidence. I mean, any crime investigator, they got to come up with a theory. I mean, the conspiracy theory, everybody knows by now, is something that IRS, well, they're about the freaking same anyhow, CIA came up with during the Kennedy assassination because they didn't want nobody to look at it. All right, so they come up with this, it's all this freaking stupid, that magic shit that they think they, and actually a lot of it seems to work, but it's not anymore. Not like it was. I mean, people are just getting smarter, getting more self-aware. I don't know. They just, the awakening. I mean, you can call it what you call it, but their freaking bullshit is not flying anymore, and they are looking more stupid every fucking day. It's almost like, how are these people getting office? I mean, the Bushes. And don't think I'm, I mean, the Bushes are idiots. And freaking Junior Bush, I think he's mentally retarded. I mean, I just, I think he is. It's bad to say, but hell, he didn't do nothing. I mean, Cheney was running the freaking country, and a lot of times they have vice presidents. I think Biden was running the country on Obama, and I talked in the last, I think it was the last video that, Obama was CIA asset from the very beginning when he was a kid. When you're a kid, you can't control what the hell's going in your head, out of your head, and that's when they get the kids when they're young. This shit's for real, and he might have got tired of it. There's been a lot of them, a lot of these people that have been majorly programmed through the like MK Ultra that have started to come out of it. I mean, we've been programmed too through the media, but not as heavy as these other people. But we've all been freaking controlled. I mean, we've all been conditioned. And I think a lot of everybody's coming out of it. And I think that's what the holdup is, because the deep state, I mean, I've heard it from a few, solid areas. I heard it a while back, and I told some good friends of mine that it's over. It's just got to wake up enough people. And I had kind of firmer association or confirmation with that last couple of days. So my message is don't stress out too much. I mean, because these people don't have control anymore, and you watch them, you wonder how they ever had control to begin with. But no, and those that we see are minions, but the ones that are above them are not that much better. It's like the Wizard of Oz. You look behind the curtain, some little freaking twats back there, and that's what we're dealing with basically. And it's the truth. It's the freaking truth. And they don't have control. But see, the White Hats can't go in and just start arresting a bunch of people that you see on TV all the time. And they've been, even if you get some Bushes and then Clintons, and it's just not going to go over real good. It's for the people that haven't got to the point where they're looking outside the box a little bit. They're and it's hard. It's like the other video I put out. When you think that your world and I've been through it, trust me on that. And when you think that the world that you grew up with and everything that you knew about is not true, it's not a pleasant feeling at all. Anyhow, let me get going on this. Basically, it's talking what I was making some notes. I mean, I just threw this crap together real quick. Making some notes. Virginia, this thing, is gonna probably, it could get nasty, and these idiots, they went out and they do it all the time. They put out these ads for actors and stuff, and I can't say this word because I heard from some other YouTubers that there's these key words that you can't say, but they're like Christ. I can't say the other part of it. Actors, anyhow, I think you get it. And they put in there something about that be able to come in there and be acting like you're in some firefight, or you're a shooter, or you're or you could be been shot. You could be roadside bomb. All kinds of kidnapped or whatever, or held for hostage. All this shit, and they freaking put it in the freaking like Craigslist and stuff, and they've been doing that. And see, the thing about it is, like I said, these people are freaking stupid as shit, and all they're doing is trying to drag this shit out as long as they can, because that's all they got, because they know their shit is cooked. A lot of them has turned, but it's too late. There was a point that it was too late for them to turn. So the ones that are out there, they're just flailing around, grasping at anything, and just trying to, if they could start World War III, they would have already done it. All the leaders know what the deal is. They had their deep state problems, and, they want to live a positive freaking life. Get rid of the Federal Reserve. That's another control thing. That's Babylonian debt slavery. They call it money magic. I cover this in every freaking video, I think. Anyhow, get rid of that shit, and just have freaking, have everybody have their own currency, and it doesn't have to be debt based. Print it out on Treasury and everything, and have solid backing, and then have, gonna raise some of the currencies up and some of them go down. It's called an RV, and that's supposed to happen. All right, like always, I'm getting way off what the hell I was talking about. All right, but anyhow, what you need to look for is all right, when they dumb us down, they steal trillions, as they have. Then they pull like a 9/11 to enslave us more, which they did. And then it's the Bushes. I mean, I'm not slamming freaking Democrats. It's on both sides. I mean, they freaking work both sides. Whoever they can control. We just got lucky, Like them, hate them, whatever you want to say. But at least Trump is not working for them, working for us. You can be Democrat, you can be Republican, you can be Mexican, you can be Chinese, black, Japanese. He's not working for them bastards. He's working for us. I mean, all right. And once all this shit gets, we get rid of Federal Reserve. Once Federal Reserve goes, IRS goes, the freaking CIA goes, because they're all connected. FBI, I think, can be rebuilt. I think they got it pretty much cleaned up. But most of these, agencies can get wiped out. And I know people that, are environmentalists and everything, but the EPA, shit, they aren't doing nothing. They're giving money to, to help destroy the Gulf. They weren't, starting these fires and stuff. I mean, I'm not even going to get into that, but trust me, all this money that was going to these, like I said, what's up is down. You think you're putting all this money is going for something good, and it's always ends up to be the opposite, because that is their religion. That's the freaking truth. You don't think people can be that wicked, but they're that wicked. Now, Virginia, okay, Monday. They put out all them ads. They already arrested 3 people. And it's just like all these other false flags and everything they tried to do. The bomber turned out to be a Democrat. I don't even know what the hell happened with that. But these shooters, they got psychiatrists. They're linking all this stuff together. I mean, it's MK Ultra shit. And it's working through, they're working through the DNC right now. But if they had somebody in control and a Republican, they'd be working through the Republicans. They just don't right now. So that's just reality. All this shit is just a mind. It's just, God, I could just throw something against freaking, because it's so easy to see. when you just look at it. It's so easy to see. So anyhow, expect that there'll probably be some shit going on. They're gonna make a lot bigger deal than what it is. And maybe there would be something big going on. Maybe something big needs to happen out there. But you can bet your ass the NSA is watching everything. And their military intelligence, they're totally white hats now. And these three that they locked up, I put money on it, they're paid actors. Because this movement is not the movement on MAGA side or people trying to research like I've been doing for 12 years before all this even got to be a big freaking issue. I've never seen anybody that was negative. I seen, I communicate with people all different races, you know. I mean, it's just an open, it's honest. You're looking at honest stuff, and if you don't agree with somebody on some little thing, you don't agree, and I mean, at least you're being honest about it, and you don't have to get nasty. All you got to do is say, yeah, I might have to, not check that box, but it doesn't have to be nasty. But what you see with the media and you see with some people on one side or the other that doesn't have any type of argument, they go to being nasty because they don't have facts, they ain't got nothing to back it up. So anyhow, when anybody is starting to, and you see it all the freaking time, but from now on, start looking, and when you start, noticing the ones spreading fear, they can't be positive about a frickin' thing. So they're spreading fear, division. Everybody's got to be against each other, and always pumping a weak story or a false story. You got to use your discernment, and that should tell you they're trying to control you. They don't give a shit about you. All they're doing is using you as they use all our, soldiers when we go to war or anything, they don't give a shit. They're using all of us for, their purpose. And they're using these people that are following all this bullshit, using them just like they did, our soldiers in Vietnam and freaking Iraq and all that stuff. So, I just jumped to this, and I'm going to probably do a video on it about the secret knowledge. They had schools where the elite would go to that learn the truth and everything, and the regular people or whatever would never knew anything, wouldn't know anything about it. I wouldn't have known anything about it if I wasn't deep diving all this stuff. But some of the secret knowledge is simple and some of it is not. And I think I covered some of it. They work in codes and stuff like that. But some of the secret knowledge is that we create reality with what we think. You have a day when you start off in a bad mood and the day goes to shit. Well, that's how it works. And that's as easy as I can say it. People with a bad, that just got a bad disposition. Their life's always fucked up. Yeah, you know people that are scatterbrained as shit, and then they're always, just their life is just like fucking crazy town, crazy train or whatever. It's the same fucking shit. You train yourself, and I did some self-awareness courses when I was younger. I didn't really know what the hell was going on because I was the youngest one in there, but kind of glad I did. It might have helped sometimes. But you always got to remind yourself all the time, to what you think about is what you create. So it's that old saying, be careful what you think about, because that's the freaking truth. Now, they know this shit, all right? They know this stuff. So all this shit that they're throwing on the media, trying to get everybody stirred up, they're trying to get that negative vibe, that negative emotion out there. and it makes a difference in the world. I'm not going to go any deeper on that until I just do another video, because it's, you know, to people that don't believe it, they'll be like, oh, what the fuck's he talking about? But it's the freaking truth, you know. Try to be as positive as you can. Doesn't mean going around laughing like some crazy ass or anything, you know. And I'm not always like the most joyful damn person around, but I usually got a positive outlook, you know. I just, you know, think that, you know, if I do things in a certain way and stuff, that things will, you know, work out a certain way. So to me, that's positive outlook. Not running around like some crazy freaking happy dude. Them people you probably want to stay away from. Oh. All right. So, economic system. I already kind of talked about that. Like I said, jumping all over the freaking place again. Release of technologies, and there's a shitload of them. I mean, they've been holding this stuff from us. I'll probably have to do a video on that, because if I start talking about that, I'll just have to go on and on and on. But there's so much that they're keeping from us, and they're using it, but they won't let us use it. Let's see. Yeah, when enough people wake up, see, the white hats, they got control. The deep state don't have control anymore. But they're working every day. They're, you know, locking people up, but these are lower level. It's getting up, you know, mid and upper level now, but they're rolling them up from the bottom, and they're shutting things down, you know, ports and stuff like that. There's a lot of trafficking going through. So there's stuff happening all the time. And they want to get to a point where there's enough awareness where, you know, it won't be like a bunch of riots, because the other side will try to do that. They've even talked about it. I mean, they don't even hide their stupid dang shit. They talk about it because they want you to suffer. They want us to suffer. If they gotta pay for what they've done, they would like us to all die. Really, that would be, you know, like the Georgia Guidestones, which I'm gonna get out there next week. I just need to look at the weather. But yeah, I mean, that's reality. That's what it is. So anyhow, Virginia. Look for maybe false flags. We call FFs. They might knock me on that. Look for maybe stuff going on and stuff happening, but also just like every time they find out, you know, the media will carry it one way and say, oh, see, like these 3 that got arrested. Oh, and they're supposed to be Nazis or something. I don't know any Nazis. I don't talk to no Nazis. I've been in a freaking researching for 12 years. I don't know no Nazis that research. But anyhow, they seem to find them all over the place. So anyhow, they got 3 of them. Probably paid them. Give them a bag lunch. I think that's what they do. And we'll find out about it later, because we always do. We'll find out about it. And then, you know, the media just won't cover it, and they'll move to something else. Damn, every freaking time, you know? And look at these shooters, anyhow. I was going to mention this. Look at pictures of some of these shooters and shit. And they do have psychiatrists. I mean, it seems like every one of them do. And they're going to link them all together and link it all to Vegas. I mean, a bunch of shit, trust me. And but look at all these shooters, you know, and their freaking mugshots and stuff. It might have pulled them down by now, but hell, they look like Adam Schiff, you know. They got that freaking crazy freaking Adam Schiff looking shit, you know. I mean, we can add 2 and 2. I mean, and that's what you start to do. When you finally break out of that conditioning and stuff, you just start, things just look clear. I mean, sometimes people is like, how do you know this? Why weren't you worried about this? Why didn't you think, I was like, when you research and you got a freaking real solid foundation of fact, not all this bullshit that they're spreading around, you can see where things are going, what's going on, and stuff like that. And you keep researching, and it gets better and better. Anyhow, I'm going to stop it there, and I'll cover some of this other stuff in other videos. Out here.